Britain's new monarch is back in Scotland this Monday. Charles III, currently at Holyrood House. It's here where he was presented with the keys of the royal residence in Edinburgh. Now, he will be leading a royal procession behind Queen Elizabeth's coffin down the Royal Mile to St Giles's Cathedral. France 24's Clovis Casali is following all those developments for us in Edinburgh, and we can go across to him now. Clovis, we are seeing the preparations there in the cathedral being made, but that procession has not begun yet, has it?
No, it hasn't begun yet, but officials, members of possibly the Queen Elizabeth's staff and various figures, notably Gordon Brown, the former Prime Minister of the country of the United Kingdom, who's from Scotland, is just walking by in front of us. He's going to take his seat, of course, in the St Giles Cathedral. And our viewers have probably seen the pictures of the Royal Mile. I can tell you that the pavement section is rather narrow. So when you have thousands and thousands of people gathering, packed, there's a huge density, and the police forces have stopped others from coming onto the Royal Mile, approaching the barriers. A lot of excitement mounting, because in a few minutes the procession is due to start with, of course, the cortege, the car transporting the coffin of Queen Elizabeth II, followed by King Charles III, who will be by foot. They will be going up the Royal Mile towards St Giles Cathedral, where there will be a service at 3 p.m. local time, a service honouring, of course, Queen Elizabeth II, celebrating her life, but also a very special connection to Scotland.
Clovis, as you were speaking, we did see former Prime Minister Gordon Brown. We still have images on our screens of him entering St Giles's Cathedral, and from on the side of the cathedral, I still can see that the crowds have been gathering there in the sunshine this Monday, clearly as a mark of respect, coming out to say their final goodbyes to Queen Elizabeth.
It's a special moment for everyone here. When you talk to people, some have travelled from all parts of Scotland, and you also have tourists, visitors. People here arrived very, very early this morning. Some we spoke to arrived as early as 6 o'clock to be able to find a seat, to find a place, the best possible view for this procession, and to say their final goodbye, a farewell, pay their respect to this Queen that they loved, of course. People here say that Queen Elizabeth was a stabilising force. She was someone who really played a role for the history of the country, but also in their own personal lives, a sign of stability and someone who really ensured unity in the country. Even those we spoke to who don't particularly like the monarchy, it has to be said, say that they did respect, they did love Queen Elizabeth, and that's why they're here. A monarch, 7 decades in charge. Queen Elizabeth was a special bond also with Scotland, and that's why you've got all these people turning up. Queen Elizabeth, who of course passed away in her beloved castle of Balmoral, and ever since we arrived following her death, I can tell you there's been a lot of emotion here, emotional scenes, an outpouring clearly, and this is a special day because at 5 o'clock later on today, the public will be able to get close to the coffin, pay their respects, and this overnight for 24 hours they'll be able to go to St Giles Cathedral, and there will be long queues to enter, of course, and the rules are strict. No pictures, no videos allowed inside.
Clovis, you mentioned that the route from Holyrood House to St Giles's Cathedral is the streets are narrow. Talk us through the security presence, because we do have King Charles who's going to be leading this royal procession. What is security like?
Well, I can tell you, police forces are deployed all over the place. We just went up some steps to reach the Royal Mile, and we managed to go through security barriers because we're journalists, of course. but the public has been now prevented from reaching the Royal Mile, and stunning pictures as we speak of royal guards presumably entering St Giles Cathedral. People here have all got their phones up in the air. You can imagine also helicopters have been flying over the area to ensure security. Secret services also deployed on site. Heavy security. You've got King Charles III and also many members of the royal family. A very important moment indeed. And you've got officials. You've got the First Minister of Scotland, Nicola Sturgeon. You've got the former Prime Minister, Gordon Brown. But for the time being, I can tell you the situation is very calm also. No pushing, no shoving. People are here to pay their respect. They are disciplined, and they're just happy to be here and to be able to witness this moment, be part of history.
Clovis, we'll be coming back to you as soon as that procession gets underway in Edinburgh. Thank you very much for that.